So this is the first in a 4-part mini-series. I'm making a series on changes that I would like DSLR camera manufacturers to make their cameras slightly more accessible. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I do intend on sending this video and any other feedback I get to camera manufacturers. Few disclaimers, my camera is about 2 years old, so if there have been any changes that have helped or fixed this, let me know. Secondly, this is almost going to be a review for the accessibility for the Canon M50, because that's the one camera I have on me. I did have an older camera, but that's not important. I'll see you guys in the next video. They will be uploaded right after this one. So this is a part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check my bio. It will be right under this one. So first off, if your camera has a proximity sensor or a light sensor on it, to switch the display, please either turn that off by default or have it only apply to when you're taking photos, because that was really annoying. I had to do the visually impaired thing, when you're on your phone and you're trying to do something at the same time, so you have to move your face around trying to do what you're trying to do without blocking the proximity sensor because the screen keeps turning off on you. Yeah, kind of a rant, but yeah, please fix this, camera manufacturers. This is part 3 in a 4-part series about camera accessibility. We're going to be talking about icons. If you want to see the other videos, please check my bio. They'll be right by this one. Now, if you look at this camera here, the shutter speed is great, very visible. The aperture is great, very visible. Even the exposure meter is awesome. But then you got the teeny weeny little battery. Sorry, it's out of focus. Let me see if I can just... teeny weeny little battery here. And, I mean, there is no... excuse me, I fiddle with my camera. There is no mode that fixes this. Got the big M. But yeah, I would just really like to see some bigger icons, especially because you want to know that your battery is full or when you need to change out your battery. And welcome to the final part, part 4. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, go check them out. They're on my profile. First one explains what we're talking about, and the other 2 are the first 2 points. We're talking about camera accessibility, and for this, we're more talking about the hardware than the software. Mostly just putting some extra texture on the camera, so those of us who operate more by feel can use the camera a little bit easier. For instance, on the mode wheel here, if you could put like a little bump or any texture on the automatic, I could say, oh, the automatic is at 9 o'clock, I know I'm on manual. In a related note, when you're using the lens, I think the switch here is a great idea, but I know you couldn't do it with the switch, but I would really appreciate it if there was some kind of textured thing here that I could line up with the button, so that when I go to put the lens on, I can say, oh, that's lined up, click, and it would make it much easier for me. Thanks, you guys. If you guys have any